from PAO National Liberation Organization. The third one, Nordin, he's from Kachin News Group, editor from Kachin News Group. Fourth one is Loi Enang. Perhaps she couldn't come yet. And next one, Mr. Jai Jai. He's from Burma Reverse Network and from Karen. Next one is Kun Jam Tong. She's from Chan Women Action Network. And the next one is Kun Mi Aison. She's Mon from Kanchanaburi Province. And next one is Kun Cherry Chin from Chiang Mai. She's working here in Chiang Mai. And then Kun Kwa Se. He's Karen from Peaceway Foundation. And Kun Wakushi from Karen Women Organization. She's now responsible to take care of 40,000 members of women in Karen state refugee camps. And we have one Thai participant, Ajahn Virat Niyom Tham Ka. He's the director of Myanmar Studies Center from Naresuan University in Thailand. So please, all of us welcome all the participants. And before we have full round of discussion, I just like to hear briefly and to the point the stance of each ethnic group in this Burma election. I will give you just 1 or 2 minutes just for the first round, for the kick-off. Can I start with Ajahn Kunsai?
Thank you. I'm not eloquent, and I always muddle through my speeches. But I hope I don't disgrace myself this time. On the 11th of October, Mr. Pisit Wijachiwa, the chairman or the Prime Minister of Thailand, took a one-day visit to Burma. And he had offered Thailand's help for these upcoming elections. And he got a polite no from the host. Then a week later, the chairman of the Union Election Commission, Tingso, said that Burma has abundant experience in holding elections. We don't need any help from anybody. Despite the fact that Burma has not held a democratic election for 20 years, and even another 30 years before that. The last one was in 1960. The second last one was in 1960. So it will be very interesting to see what will come on the 7th. But I would say that I would like to agree that Burma has abundant experience, but not in holding elections, but only in how to win. They know how to win. But I would rather emphasize about that later. Now I give the floor to Mr. Konoka.
Yes, please, with Kun Oka.
Thank you. My name is Konoka. I belong to Po'o ethnic population in Burma. Is about 2 million. These elections, also we don't support 2008 constitution as well as this 2010 elections. But unfortunately, one of a small Po'o ceasefire group its name PO National Organization, PNO. They changed into the political party, and then they tried to campaign in 3 townships under the heavy pressure of the SPDC. And then why they changed themselves to political party, they lost the control of their PO army. Even small, it is maybe 600, 700 strong. They lost control of their army, and then totally now the PO young men are totally under control of Burma army. Burma army used them in the front line to confront with others resistant forces. So the PO population is not happy with the change, not happy with the elections, and don't believe anything will happen after the election. Thank you.
Thank you. That's very concise for the first round. Next to Gwase, please.
Thank you. My name is Gwase from Burma Issues, and also known as the Peaceway Foundation. I'm very pleased to be here with you today to share about the view of the Korean people towards the upcoming election. It is quite interesting to see the election in Burma, because Burma is ruled by one of the most brutal military regime, and this election is organized by one of the most brutal military regime. So it's quite interesting to see how the result of this election. And for sure, everybody can see, like, we can estimate or we can see the outcome already, because the 2008 election, the 2008 constitution is already there, and this constitution is not really promote and protect the rights of the ethnic nationalities. So how can it be a free and fair election in the 7th of November? So it will not guarantee the rights and the future of the ethnic nationalities and for all those who live in Burma. Thank you.
Thank you, Gwase. Let me move on to this side first, to Kun Jam Tong ka.
Thank you. I think if we ask about our position, it's very clear that we have been calling for the stop the militarizations in Burma and all the use of systematic human rights abuses, especially those crimes against people and the crimes against humanity in Burma. And this election will not bring any change, on the life of the people. 500,000 troops of the military are still present in Burma, and all these troops. And if you look at the troops, out of over 500 battalions, almost 200 battalions are inside Shan State. They are not going to move. They will still continue to be present and still continue to commit all the crimes and also the systematic human rights abuses. It means that there will be no change for the life of the people on the ground. And we received, even like this morning, the message from our friends from inside Shan State and Burma. They said, nothing will change for us. So all the crises and the problems and the suffering they are facing, what will change after the November 7th?
Thank you. Next, I'd like to move to Kun Waguchi from Karen Women Organization. What's your stance on this election?
I think for us it is already clear that this election is not free and fair. Even though the military regime is planning ahead with their 2010 election, they continue their offensive in the ethnic areas, continue to murder and kill